I improved my 10-meter sprint time from 2.05 seconds to 1.72 using this exercise. There's one thing that nearly all athletes should excel at: acceleration. The reason is simple. Almost all athletes need to travel short distances quickly. However, they might not have enough distance to get up to their top speed. For this reason, almost all ambitious athletes should be thinking about how to improve their acceleration. Luckily, there's a single exercise that is guaranteed to improve your acceleration and that I use to simultaneously become more powerful and also to improve my sprinting technique. To understand the power of this exercise, we first need to know a bit about acceleration technique. Acceleration, and sprinting in general, is all about moving fast horizontally. Therefore, according to Newton's second law of motion, acceleration is all about how much force we can apply in the backwards horizontal direction. So, to get faster, we can either increase the amount of force we can produce, or we can learn to better direct this force in the horizontal direction. Learning to direct this force in the right direction is basically what we call technique or form. Increasing the amount of force we can produce takes longer to develop through lifting weights, sprinting, plyometrics, etc. While on the other hand, adjusting our technique can be done quite rapidly. Therefore, one of the quickest ways to become faster is to improve our technique. So then, what is good acceleration technique? A key element when accelerating involves your foot strike's position relative to the center of mass, which can very roughly be thought of as the midpoint of your hips. Simply put, effective acceleration requires striking the ground behind your center of mass. This action propels you forward instead of slowing you down. For example, imagine trying to stop while running. You instinctively place your foot in front of your center of mass to decelerate. However, to accelerate, the opposite is true. You need to strike behind your center of mass. This may sound complicated, but really it's quite intuitive. For example, imagine trying to move a broken down car. What position would your body adopt to generate the maximal amount of horizontal push? Well, you would probably lean forward and push into the ground far behind your center of mass. The same is true when you're accelerating. During acceleration, the angle of the shins is also quite important, as this is an indicator of how much force is being directed horizontally. Smaller shin angles mean more force is directed horizontally, propelling you forward, while larger angles send force vertically, which is less effective for acceleration. Again, if this sounds complicated, just imagine how much easier it would be to push a car if you were standing like this compared to if you were standing like this. To summarize, rapid acceleration mainly depends on two factors: striking behind your center of mass and maintaining small shin angles for optimal force direction. In my own practice using the AZAD Performance sprinting software for analysis, I regularly check my shin angles and foot strike patterns to ensure they're optimized for acceleration, avoiding any foot strike patterns that might hinder my acceleration. So now that we know that one of the quickest ways to get fast is to improve our technique, and we know a bit about what good technique looks like, we might now ask, how can we improve our technique? Well, one way is to understand the principles of biomechanics of sprinting and then to film and review our own sprinting footage to look for our weaknesses, and then we can use cues and drills to help fix these. However, not every athlete wishes to delve deep into biomechanical theories or painstakingly review footage. Luckily, there's this one exercise that doesn't require any prior knowledge to get started, and it teaches your body to naturally improve.
Shut up and get to the point!
That exercise is sled-resisted sprinting. Sled-resisted sprinting involves sprinting while pulling a weighted sled. The reason that sled-resisted sprinting is so great for improving acceleration is that it forces you to efficiently direct force backwards. The reason for this is simply because if you don't do so, you won't be able to move the weighted sled. Just like the broken down car forces you to adopt the right body positions to apply horizontal force while pushing the car, the weighted sled makes you adopt the correct sprinting form to help you pull the sled along while you're sprinting. This is great because it teaches your body to naturally adopt better technique. After sled training, athletes often notice improved technique even without the sled's resistance, highlighting its efficacy in teaching the body to automatically adopt a more efficient sprinting form. Moreover, it doubles as a great workout for enhancing general power output, making it this dual purpose training tool. This is why I give sled-resisted sprinting as one of the 3 key exercises in my free 4-week acceleration training program, linked in the description if you're interested. I credit my acceleration improvement to both consistent sled-resisted sprinting as well as proper conditioning of the lower leg, which if you're interested in learning about, you can check out this video here.